Hello, guys. Welcome to JobEasy. I hope you can hear me well. Today, we're going to have lesson number one. Please keep your cameras turned off. Let's focus on the lesson today. So, welcome, everybody. Let me share my screen and let me tell you more about QA. So today we're going to talk about the career and job market overview. We're going to talk about software quality assurance and testing. We're going to talk about the industry, about the salaries, about the about what we do at work, about what we can offer you, and of course, we're going to also answer your questions at the end of the lesson. Last 20 minutes, we're going to talk and answer your questions. Now, who this course is for? First of all, this course is for people that speak English and have work authorization in the United States. When I say speak English, it means that you're proficient in English, people understand you, you can understand others, and that's pretty much it. You just need to be able to communicate with others. It doesn't matter if you have accent, as long as people understand you and you understand others, you're gonna be all right. Regarding the work authorization, it means that it could be citizenship, it could be a green card, it could be EAD asylum. So basically any work authorization which is going to allow you to work legally in the United States would be perfect. You need to want a career in technology because that's what it is. And you are ready to accept a 70 to 100K job offer, which you can expect 2 to 4 months after graduating the program. Usually the job search takes between 1 to 3 months, but because now we are in the middle of very challenging period, it might take even 4. Of course, as long as you are following the instructions. The salaries here are between 70 to 100K. So if you want to make less, it's not for you. If you want to make more, it's not for you. So please make sure that 70 to 100K gonna be fine for you. What you don't need any technical background. You don't need any computer science degree or development skills. And you will actually not need them because in manual testing, you don't need any development skills. You don't need to write code. So don't worry about that. You also don't need to buy any equipment. As long as you have a screen and a mouse, that's going to be enough. As long as you can hear and watch our lectures, that's going to be it. You don't need more than that. Why people choose a career in QA? So according to Indeed.com, the annual salary for QA engineer ranges from $54,000 to $105,000 across the nation. That's the ranges. We don't really care about the ranges because we're going to prepare you to be much better than the minimum or the average. We're going to make you prepared much better so you would be able to get much better. So we're going to talk about it in details really soon. But meanwhile, let me just mention the benefits of QA job. It's very easy to learn. You don't need any programming skills. It has very good compensation. The stress level are usually very low. And we're gonna see soon, basically, I'm gonna tell soon about the article on Forbes, which basically calls QA as one of the happiest jobs in the United States because the stress level is very low. Also, you don't need a computer science degree. It's a shortcut to the IT world, and there are opportunities for career growth. You can go into automation, or you can go into management or leadership to become a lead or a manager, but we're going to talk about it later. You can work remotely, guys. It's something that actually was very rare before, but right now it's everywhere. So most of the jobs in QA right now are remote. Most of our graduates that are working right now during the pandemic, they get totally remote jobs. Okay, so that's basically opens a lot of opportunities for you guys, and you can apply for positions not only in your area but also in other areas as well. Most of the jobs right now are 100% remote jobs. And another reason is that there's a lot of QA jobs around in cities across the country, and I'm going to show you soon exactly where. All right. Now, as I mentioned before, according to Forbes, QA is the second happiest job in the United States. And why is that? Because very good compensation, the stress level is low, and it's in IT. So you get usually really nice benefits and conditions, and it's very simple and straightforward job, and you don't need to learn years in order to do that. That's probably why QA became one of the happiest jobs in the United States. Now, when we say QA, what we actually mean is quality assurance, okay? So the main idea, the main purpose of QA is to make sure that the requirements were implemented, that everything looks, works, and feels as expected. So we assure the quality of the product. For example, let's talk about web application, for example, a website, or a mobile application, for example, any mobile application that you guys use, like WhatsApp or weather or whatever, or Google Maps or Apple Maps. So basically, someone designed this application, it could be mobile or web, based on the requirements that were created. Someone was developing it, like a developer was creating it. So someone designed it, someone developed it, and our job as QA engineers or QA testers is basically to test it, to make sure that whatever was planned, designed, and developed is according to what is expected. If we see mismatch between actual and expected behavior, we write bug reports, send them to developers. Developers gonna fix those problems, hopefully, and they're gonna send it back to us once it's fixed. We're gonna verify if it was fixed or not. If it was fixed, we close the ticket or the bug ticket or the bug report. We close it, and we leave a comment that it's no longer reproducible on this and this device, platform, and build, for example. But if it's gonna be still reproducible, we are going to reopen the ticket, assign it back to the developer, and basically let him know that it's still reproducible on this and this device, platform, and build, so he could, he could fix that and send it back to us again. Usually, you don't really, need to think too much. You have guidelines. You are being told what to do. You receive some kind of list of steps that you need to execute. and to mark next to those test cases, we call it, pass or failed. So for example, if everything works according to the steps, and you see that it looks nice and it works nice, you just mark it as pass. If it's actually not working, or I'm sure that you saw some kind of issues in the applications, on the websites, if something is weird, strange, misaligned, overlapped, truncated, or error page, or crashes, you write a bug report. We're going to show you soon exactly how we do that. And whenever you go by those steps, you mark pass or failed. If something fails, you open a bug report. If something passes, you just go forward. Very simple. Everyone can do that. Super, super simple. But I'm going to show you soon exactly what we do. Now, regarding the job of QA, it actually has different names. And you will find it once you're going to search the job. You're going to see different names for same kind of position, same kind of career, same kind of job. It's going to be QA engineer, software test engineer, quality assurance engineer, software QA engineer. It could be QA analyst, QA tester, manual tester, functional tester. It could be UI tester, black box tester, test analyst, quality engineer. And I'm sure that many other names that are going to be talking about exactly the same job. For example, I was doing manual testing at all of the companies I was working for, and then my name of the position was changing. In one place, it was senior functional tester. In other, it was a QA engineer. In other, it was test engineer. In other was software QA engineer of second degree. And I was doing exactly the same job, manual testing, something that each and every one of you would be able to do after this 1 month program. Okay, and regarding the salaries and the amount of positions in different areas, we're gonna discuss really soon. I will show you exactly what's going on the market and how much you could be making and where. Now, why you basically should consider QA course by JobEasy. First of all, it's intensive practical training from industry experts. Soon I'm gonna introduce you the teachers that we brought you. We have the best experts working in companies like Google, like Intel, Apple, and Facebook. We made our best to create the dream school where we ourselves really wanted to get one day. And we brought you the best experts on the field of QA to share knowledge with you and to help you and mentor you and support you till the victory, till you get your jobs. We also have internship with references that will really help your resume, because unfortunately, companies don't like to hire people without experience. That's why we are going to provide you real on-hand experience at the end of this 1 month program, where you're gonna practice your skills. You're gonna be writing bug reports, you're gonna be writing test cases, you're gonna be executing test cases, you're gonna be attending stand-up meetings, you're gonna be working in a team using Jira, TestRail, you're gonna learn all the tools that you need for that job. Don't worry, it's not a lot of material. It's something that everyone could learn really fast, I promise you. Also, it's convenient online sessions like now, and one-on-one calls with mentors. When I say convenient online sessions, I mean that you can watch the live videos, ask your questions in the chat. I just want to ask everyone to hold with the questions, because we're gonna answer most of your questions during today 2-hour lesson that we have. And at the end, last 20 minutes, I promise I'm gonna answer all of your questions in case that you're gonna have them. But we will do our best to answer most of them during the lesson. So the lesson gonna be in live, but also you could attend the, you could watch the video recordings whenever it works best for you. And the video, today's lesson, like any other lesson, gonna be sent to your email after the end of the lesson. Usually takes a couple hours, so you can expect the next morning, for example, tomorrow morning, to get the email with the video recording of today's lesson. Also, we're gonna have one-on-one calls with mentors. Once you're gonna graduate the program, we have a team of superstar mentors that are going to support you, that are going to prepare you for the interview, that are going to interview you in order to see how you sound, how you answer the interview questions, how are you prepared, are you following the right steps, are you following the instructions? Because if you won't be following the instructions, you might get in trouble. What it means that you won't be able to get a job. So we're here to help, and we are gonna do our best and maximum we can to support you and mentor you until you get the job. Now, we're also going to help you, of course, with the resume and the LinkedIn, because without having consistent, good, normal, very good looking resume and LinkedIn, many companies will not even consider you. So we are going to help you with that as well. And of course, you will have there the experience from your internships, and you're going to have enough experience to get the 70 to 100K job. I promise you. I know that many people are going to ask me this question. Yes, you're going to get 70 to 100K job. That's exactly what we said. Now, we're also going to help you with the job interview preparation, also done by our mentors. And for those that gonna need our help, we're gonna help with job applications. So basically, if you will be busy or you will not have time, we could help you applying for jobs for you. We have this kind of service. It's part of our program. So you could expect us helping you with applications for multiple positions in different cities and states. Now, we also, as part of our assistance, we have graduate meetings. So after you graduate the program, that's not the end. That's just the beginning, because we're gonna meet every Saturday. I believe it's 3 Saturdays out of 4. 3 Saturdays out of 4. We're gonna meet almost every Saturday for an hour and a half, where we're gonna answer your questions, discuss important topics. We're gonna share with you tips and tricks, and we're gonna help you and support you and mentor you there as well. So it's much more than just a 1-month program. It's actually, we are there with you till the victory. Now, our guarantee is you pay us only after you get a job in tech. Most of the money that we are making once you get a job in IT. If you don't get a job in IT, we don't make money. I just want to remind that this, except for the $799 application fee, which is basically the registration fee, which you pay after lesson number 1 if you decide to join the program. After you pay the registration fee, you don't pay us anything until you get the job in tech. We're going to talk about the details later. Right now, I want us to move forward and talk more about QA. Now, I want you just to understand that in case that you're going to get a job, and this job going to be, for example, less than 25 per hour, even if it's going to be a QA job, we don't want your money, because we are here to teach you how to make 70 to 100K. If after this program, you're gonna get a job for 24 per hour, we don't want to charge you anything, because it's gonna be very, very sad that you didn't listen to what we been trying to give you here, okay? So it's part of our contract. If you make less than 25 per hour, we don't charge you, all right? But I don't want you to do 25 or 30. The minimum of the minimum gonna be 35 per hour for you, and I think that everyone could make much more. We're gonna talk about it in detail soon. Now, you know, actually, before moving into the instructions slide, I want us to talk a little bit more about the salaries. I know that many of you came here because they want to get a better salary. So let's talk about that. We have a website called glassdoor.com. Now, as you saw before, the average is like 54,000 to 105,000 across the nation. I'm sorry, not the average, but the ranges. But as I said before, the range doesn't really matter. Why? Because, for example, if I'm looking for software QA engineer in San Jose, it shows 80,000 per year. But we have graduates making 85, 80, 90, 95, and 100K in San Jose. Yes, we also have 1775, that's true. But it's not, you know, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get exactly 80K. No, you could make 85, 90, 95, 100K. As you see here, the higher level is like more than 100K. Now, the reason is because we're gonna prepare you much better than you're gonna be prepared for the interview much better than the average job seeker in QA. Now, let's see other places. For example, San Francisco. Boom, it's gonna be less, but we have people in San Francisco making 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 110, 120. We actually have more, I just don't want to scare you. So it doesn't matter what's the average, because we're gonna teach you how to be much better than that. Let's go to New York. Let's see East Coast. All right, $63,000. Who cares? Why? We have people in New York making 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100K. We don't have anyone making 60K there. Okay, guys? So it's very, very easy to get 80, 90K in New York if you're gonna be following our instructions. Same goes to Chicago. We have people in Chicago making 80, 90, 100K, but the average is much lower. So the average doesn't mean much. That's about the average. Now let's talk about the jobs. If you're gonna search for software QA engineer, we're gonna see 969 jobs. Wow, 967 jobs in New York. That's actually great. Why? Because just a month ago, in the previous lesson that we were doing, it was showing 450. So we have 2 times more positions now than a month ago. That's great. And New York, Chicago, San Francisco, San Jose are the best places for, I think it's that they have the most jobs in US. So that's definitely great places for job search. Now let's see other places. Let's see Denver, Colorado. Just recently, I found out that Denver has a lot of positions in QA. 700, almost 800. Wow. Now let's see Atlanta, Georgia. Boom, 767 positions. Let's see Chicago. Boom, 840. Guys, the market is hot. Let's see Los Angeles. Boom. Wow, it's 2 times more jobs than before, guys. That's actually very, very, very nice. And of course, let's see what's up in San Jose. Boom, nice. Let's see San Francisco, 943 positions in San Jose. In San Francisco, 945. Guys, whew, that's hot. That's great. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to be applying for all of those positions. Why? Because some of them actually won't fit you. I think that some of those positions going to be for senior, for um, automation, for managers. So it will not all of it going to be perfect for you, but the amount of the positions is an indicator that shows that you have a lot of positions. Let's say that you will fit exactly to 20% out of those positions. I can promise you that 60% of those positions, those that are going to ask for automation, Java, Python, Selenium, WebDriver, and stuff like that, those positions, 60% out of those eventually going to hire a manual tester. Why are they going to do that? Because someone who knows automation will never work for less than 100K. And they're offering 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. I think that somebody who really knows automation will never work for less than 110K. So that's the reason that eventually they're going to hire manual testers. We have a lot of graduates that got jobs and they applied for automation and they got jobs in manual. Now let's talk about our team. So we brought you the best of the best. My friend Yuri Sokolov, who has more than 7 years of experience in QA. Now he's working as a QA lead at Google. We have, by the way, you are welcome to go to his LinkedIn and see exactly more information about his experience. You can also go and see Natalia Atif. She is a QA lead with more than 10 years of experience at companies like Intel, Apple, and other Silicon Valley companies. Actually, we worked together at some point at Intel. And me, Max Glubachansky. Please feel free to add me on LinkedIn as well. I have 6+ years of experience in QA in companies like Apple, Intel, and other Silicon Valley companies. We have Alexander Khvastovich with more than 7 years of experience in QA. He's a QA manager at United Power, and he used to work in other Silicon Valley companies. We have Lana Levinson with more than 8 years of experience in manual and automated testing. She's a senior software development engineer in test, and she gonna prepare you for the interview questions. She's gonna share her knowledge with you guys, and also she's one of the people behind our automation course. We also have Patrick Sibental. He's a QA engineer. He worked at Facebook and Intel, and he has more than 6 years in experience in testing. Please feel free to add all of them, all of us, to your LinkedIn friends and see more about us. By the way, I mentioned Forbes before. Just to let you know, we just had a big article on Forbes. It was on Russian version, not English one, but if you speak Russian, you are more than welcome to read more about this article. Now, let me go forward. Let's talk about our success stories. So the Forbes magazine made an article about us telling how we are helping people to get jobs in the IT world. For non-IT people, how to get jobs in the IT world. And it basically tells the success story of our course. Now, we have many success stories, guys, because our graduates are working in the best companies in the world. We have graduates working at Google, at Apple, at Amazon, at Slack, at Samsung, at Facebook, at Uber, at Salesforce, Snapchat, Nike, Verizon, AT&T, and many, 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 many more. Many companies you never heard of, but they pay a lot. And it's across the country. It's not only in the Silicon Valley. I'm going to show you a map really soon with more information where actually people are getting jobs. Just before that, I highly recommend you tomorrow to go to the link over here to the success stories, where you're going to see people sharing their stories, telling how they got their jobs, and basically it's definitely going to be a great motivation, and it's going to, you know, open you more information about how people are getting jobs and what they're doing and how the interview process is. So just to remind you that. Now let's go to the map. Guys, this is the map where we can see where our graduates got jobs. So we have people across US, already in 12 states, in much more cities, that got 70 to 100K jobs. In the Silicon Valley, people are getting 70, 80, 90, 100, 110 and more. In Sacramento, we just had, we have students making 75K. In LA, we have 70, 80, 90K. In San Diego, we have 75K. In Seattle, we have 70, 80, 90, 100K. Just recently, we got 120K. In Portland, we have one of our graduates working on Nike, for Nike. He's making 86K or 85K. Salt Lake City, we had 86K. In Texas, Austin, Houston, and Dallas, we have people making 70, 75, 80K. Atlanta, Georgia, 70, 75, 80K. Miami and Fort Lauderdale, we have people making 70, 75, and 80K. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 75K. Chicago, Illinois, 70, 80, 90, 100K, and even more. Now, in New York, we have people making 70, 80, 90, and 100K. In Boston, we have people making 85K. That's our map. I'm sure that you're gonna be adding more cities and more states, because there's a lot of jobs in Denver, Colorado, guys. We are just waiting for someone to get a job there. And I'm sure that in many other states and cities as well. So that's our map, and we could move forward. So guys, I promised to tell you what we do at work. So what we actually do at work. Let me give you an example. Remember, I told you that we basically make sure that requirements are implemented, we execute test cases, and we write bug reports in case that something is not passed and it's failed, right? So let me show you example of what we also do. So let's share my screen again, and let me take you to just one website, okay? This website is toyotascion.com. This is a website I was testing in 2013, 7 years ago. And what I was doing, I was comparing the design document, which was the requirements, and I was comparing how it's supposed to look, how it's supposed to work, and how it actually looks. So, for example, we had a page which was showing how things should look, and we had a separate document which showed what should be the copy, what should be the names and the numbers. So, for example, we had 2019 Yaris, 2019 FRS 86, and 2019 Corolla hatchback. But wait, it says 2020. So in this case, what we had to do was to go to a bug tracking system called Jira, okay? This is the bug tracking system. All you need to know right now is this button. It's a create button. You just click it, boom. It opens an overlay, we call it overlay. And in this overlay, we choose the project. For example, we are in August, so let's say August. The issue type is a bug report, because we are, we are QA people. That's what we do. We do bug reports. Now let's write title. The title should be very short and informative. So for example, if this website is the homepage of Toyota Scion, I would write home 2020 Corolla hatchback model should be 2019. Okay? Because it says where and what is the problem. So home page, let's call it Cyan home page. 2020 Corolla hatchback should be 2019. Now we want to write the description. The description should have steps to reproduce. For example, 1, go to the website. 2, to this link. 2, observe 2020 Corolla hatchback. And then we write actual and expected behavior. So actual, 2020 Corolla, but expected should be 2019. That's it. Now we put a priority. For example, because Toyota is a very popular car, it could affect millions of customers and billions of dollars. We gonna write down that the priority is very high because it could affect the business. Boom. So we write highest. Label, it's not mandatory, but let's say that we are working on the project for Cyan. The label gonna be Cyan. The environment gonna be what you were using in order whenever you found the problem. So for example, if you have MacBook, you will say MacBook Pro, High Sierra, Mac OS, 1013, Chrome version 75. If it was a Windows machine, you would write the name of the laptop or the PC and your Windows version and the browser version. Once you're done with that, you also want to put a screenshot. So for example, here, how you can do a screenshot. With your MacBook, you do Command-Shift-4 if you want to choose the area, like this, or Command-Shift-3 if you want to take the screenshot of the whole screen. Now, if you have Windows, you just click the Start button and click the snipping tool. Very simple to use. I promise you that you will learn how to use it in 5 minutes. Now, after I created the screenshot, it automatically downloaded the screenshot to the desktop. And now we can go back to the Jira and attach. In the attachments, you see I click this button, boom. And I go upload a file, I go to the desktop, I see the latest 2 screenshots, this and this, and I just open them, boom. And now it was uploaded, and I can click insert the 2 files to see them over here. That's it, guys. Now the last step is the assignee. Let's say that I'm sending this ticket to the developer called Max. Hi, Max. I click create. So that's it. Project, issue type, title, description with steps to reproduce, actual expected behavior, priority, environment, attachments, assignee, and you click create. Boom. Congratulations, guys. That's your first bug report. That's how it looks. And do you think it was complicated? Because if you don't think it was complicated, that's exactly what you're going to be doing at work as QA engineer. That's the job we are doing. How many bug reports we write per day? Maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 6. I don't remember writing more. Okay? So it's very simple. Anyone can do that. You can easily learn it, but you need much more to get the job and to pass the interview. That's why we created this course to prepare you the best we can for the questions, for the interview, for the process, for situations at work, and much, much more. Let me give you just a couple examples. So this is a website. You see a white color on a bright background, looks hard to read. Or if we click the menu, this, once we hover the mouse on, it's dark on dark, blue on blue, hard to read. If we scroll down, we navigate here, it's dark on dark. Oh, my eyes, okay? So it's not pleasant user experience, and we can basically write bug report about it, about user experience as well. Let's give some more examples. For example, this page, you see the girl here, this beautiful girl, she has a problem because her head looks a little bit cut off. We also call it truncated. So what we can do, we can right-click button, click the right button on your mouse and click inspect. I'm using Chrome browser right now. So I right click, I click inspect with my mouse, and it shows the highlighted area that I choose. If I want to click this, I can go element by element and see what is the size, what is the color, what is the font, what is the style, or what is the image. So once I get to the image, I can see that the image is taller than it seems. So I click it, and as you see, it highlighted on the left the part of the HTML that is related to that. So if we go here, I will see the original picture, and wow, she actually supposed to have a head. So maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not, maybe it's expected. So we definitely want to double check it, because for me as a user, it sounds, it looks weird. By the way, if we switch the mode from dock to bottom to dock to right, boom, we can see the girl. So it sounds like something is wrong here. I don't know, I cannot decide. So we will definitely double check with the product manager to see how it's supposed to be. We will create screenshot and write a bug report about it. So this kind of situations we have at work. To be very honest with you, I think this is the most complicated thing I did at work, because in most cases, we didn't need to use it. We were testing something much more simple. So by the way, this is HTML, and this is the CSS that shows the style. We're going to talk about it more into details, but for the past 7 years of working in QA, we basically, let's say I was using Chrome DevTools only maybe for 6-7 months out of 7 years. So it's not something that you're going to be using a lot and everywhere. It depends on the company, but most of you will not need to use it all the time. Now, another example. So we have different kinds of issues. One issue could be functional. For example, it works or not. You see this button, I click it, it doesn't bring me anywhere, so it doesn't work. It's a functional problem. Other problem could be UI. For example, the image is truncated, or it's overlapped by another thing. For example, this panel is overlapping the image. Another issue could be if something is overlapped. For example, those fields, you see, they're not aligned. Those check marks, they're not aligned. Those check boxes, they're not aligned. Another example, you see those guys, it's not aligned. This one is not aligned to this one. This one is not aligned to this one. This link, if you click it, boom, takes us to 404. It's an error. We want to write a bug report about it. Okay, this kind of issues. Or functionality. You see this calculator? So we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it shows different numbers. So it's broken, bad, very bad. UI, it looks too close. The buttons look too close. They're different. One seems with space, one without. One seems pressed, one without. One is centered, one is not. It says scientific calculator, but I don't see any scientific buttons. It seems like a regular calculator. Okay, so these kind of issues. Regarding the test cases that I mentioned before, guys, it's looked pretty much like that. It could be even in Excel. You just go test case by test case. You say, you see test case 1, test case 2, test case 3, and you just follow the instructions. For example, when I used to work in a company called Uyala, whatever I was doing is to make sure that the functionality of the player is fine. So for almost a year and a half, my whole job was going to links one by one in those test cases and just clicking play, pause, mute, unmute to see if it scrolls back or scrolls forward, goes full screen or out of the full screen, turns the subtitles or turns off the subtitles, plays and pauses. Okay, that's pretty much. By the way, you see, last month it was 2 times less jobs than today. So And before the pandemic, it was even more than 1,000, 1,400 positions. So guys, it changes, and now the market is hot and becomes better and better. So this is the functionality of the player. That's what I was doing. Did I do something else? No, that's my job, to verify that the playback is working on different streamings. So we had like, let's say 10 or 20 different streamings, different links, that I was just making sure that they are working. If they're not working, I was writing failed. If it was working, I was writing pass. That's it. And of course, it was saying where should I test it, on which device and which platform. If you want to know which devices should be tested, you usually had a list of devices. We usually been testing the most popular devices, those that were priority one. So for example, Samsung Galaxy S10, S10 Plus, S20, iPhone latest, Pixel latest, and so on. Okay, guys? So you usually don't do anything until you are told to do it. So it's very straightforward. It's very simple. Anyone can do that. And let me go forward. So guys, let me tell you more about our QA course. So we have a 4-week online program with one-on-one mentoring. The days are Sunday to Thursday, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, or 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. In case that the time doesn't work best for you, you can watch the video recording anytime that works best for you. You pay us only after you've been hired. The first lesson is completely free. After that, there is a $799 application fee, plus 15% of the first 18 months of salary when you are hired. Now, many people are going to ask me, what happens if I lose the job or I don't get the job? So you don't pay anything until you get the job, and you don't pay anything if you lose it. So you pay only the time that you've been working in IT for up to 18 months. So if you lost the job after 6 months or 3 months, you stop paying until you get the job, and then you continue to pay the 18 months if you get a job in IT. Now, if you don't get a job in QA, you won't owe us anything. You also have the option to pay upfront payment, and then you don't need to pay the 15% for 18 months. The upfront payment is $2,999. It includes everything, the registration and everything. So you can pay $2,999, and then you don't pay us anything else, and you will get everything that the rest get. We don't discriminate. Everyone are welcome, and we help each and everyone the same maximum we can to help you get the job. Now, of course, the best value for you is the upfront payment, but those that cannot allow it to themselves right now, I think that the ISA option, the income share agreement, is also a great option. So application, $799, then 15% for up to 18 months. Now, we have actually something new to introduce to you. We have a new program. It's a tech career bundle. It means that you can get both manual QA and automation and DevOps. It means that you will be able not only to get 70 to 100K, but if you're gonna be following the instructions and able to finish the program, you would be able to do much more than 110 and 120 and 130 and 140 and 150K. Because in automation, the average is between 110 and 190K. This program is with $1,499 application fee, and then you have income share agreement of 12% for 18 months, or upfront of $5,999. Now, in case that you have questions about those different options, or you want to take the tech bundle, or you want to choose the upfront, or you want to choose the income share agreement, just email support@jobeasy.co. And also, I'm going to share with you the link where you could choose one of those options. If you're going to have any questions, just email support@jobeasy.co. Please note that in case of upfront, we will not refund the full amount if you don't get a job in QA. So just want you to be aware of that. Now, we actually decided that we are giving you a gift. So those that are going to join the manual QA course that we are talking about today, going to get a free tech support course as well. It's going to be immersive, practical, and intensive mini course that will boost your career in technical support. The price was $1,500 before, but it's going to be free for you. Why it's good for you? Because it's really easy and fast to learn. There are more job opportunities, and you really increase your chances of being hired if you apply for both QA and tech support jobs. So your resume is going to be good for both. You could apply for tech support and QA. Personally, I recommend to focus on QA. Just in case that you will need a job like really soon and really quick, and you're ready to to get a worst option than QA, okay, you can do tech support. Why worst? Because QA is less stress, is much more stress-free, and because in QA you can make much more money. That's why. So I recommend to focus on QA, but those of you that would like to try tech support, they will have the opportunity because you will get the course of tech support from us. Awesome. Now, the income share contract and registration fee due by tomorrow at noon Pacific time. This is the link where you can choose the option that works best for you. If you're going to have any questions, please email support@jobeasy.co. You can also see our syllabus with the information about the days and about the topics. I will scroll it really quick. I'm sure that you could go to the link and see into more details. I just want you to know that we're going to cover everything you need. If we don't have something in our curriculum, it means that you don't need it. We don't like to waste your time or effort or money or to make you learn something you don't need. We're going to teach you exactly what you need. We're going to teach you Chrome Dev Tool. We're going to teach you how to use Xcode, Android Studio, ADB, Unix, Jira, Testrel, SQL, API. All you need for the job, you will get. As I mentioned before, you're also going to get internship in a real company with a real lead, with a real team, with meetings, with real practice. You're going to write bug reports, execute test cases. You're going to do all you need in order to mention during the interview about your project. So our goal is to get you the job because we both going to make money on that. So we going to do our best to prepare you as soon as possible and to prepare you as best as possible. Now, I will share the link with you, and I'm sure that you're gonna look into that after the lesson. Now, guys, I also want you to get a special discount today because we really care about your feedback, about your suggestions and recommendations. We always try to become better and better, and we would like to ask you to go to the link that I'm going to send you in the end of the lesson, and it will take you just 1 minute to fill out a survey. it's going to be your feedback about today's lesson. And at the end, you will get $50 discount for the registration. So I'm going to share this with you soon. Meanwhile, I want you to focus on the lesson. And I want you to focus on the lesson because that's what's important. And what else? As I mentioned before, I'm going to answer all of your questions at the last 20 minutes. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. I already see Walid has a question. I'm going to answer all of them. I just don't want you to lose the focus, and I want you to listen to the material first. We're going to have a lesson right now, and the last 20 minutes, I'm going to answer all of your questions. I'm also going to introduce you in a couple minutes our teachers, and regarding the questions that I know that some of you are going to have. Regarding the certificate, no, you don't need any certificate in QA. There are certificates in QA like ISQTB and stuff like that, but in the United States, nobody cares about those. 99.99% of the companies don't need any certificates in QA. If you live in Belarus, if you live in Lithuania, if you live in England, you might need them. But in the United States, nobody needs your certificates, nobody needs your diplomas. What they need is to hear your project and hear about your experience and to see it in your resume. That's what you need. Regarding automation, no, you don't need to know automation in order to get a job in QA. And yes, many companies gonna be telling you that they are looking for someone with automation, with Java, Selenium, Python, WebDriver, and other tools. But many of those don't really need automation, and they will hire manual testers. We're actually gonna talk soon to one of our teachers. She's the head of our automation program. She's our QA guru, and she shares her experience, tricks, tips, and knowledge with our students. And she, as a senior software development engineering test, gonna clarify this question for you as well. What else? Do you need to get yourself a laptop, MacBook, or Windows? No, you don't need anything. As long as you can watch the video, listen to us, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. Let's see. Yuri, are you there, my friend?
Hello, Max.
Hello. Are you ready, my friend?
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, and, guys, please meet Yuri. He is your QA teacher / guru from Google.
Yes, hi guys. Thank you all for joining. I'm very happy to see so many of you today. So let me just introduce myself. I am a teacher in JobEasy. I've been with this company for around a year. And basically, I altered or co-authored some courses and classes and subjects that we will be covering next 4 weeks. So just to tell you a bit about myself and my background. So I have a total of probably around 7 or 8 years working in QA at this point. And before I did not have any technical background. So my education was actually in design. So I don't have computer science degree. I never had a computer science degree. I didn't know how to code. I did not have any experience in the IT world. Yet when I moved to this country, I was introduced to this profession as a QA engineer. And some of my friends were QA engineers. Max was also working as a QA engineer at that point. And I quickly understood that it's fairly simple job, and it does not require any very, very complicated, specific set of skills or some extensive knowledge in computer technologies or computer science. So I was able to get, so I decided to actually try myself in this career. And as you can see, I got stuck with it for probably almost close to a decade. It took me, what also surprised me is that it took me a very little of time to find my first job. I think it took me like about a month or maybe month and a half, and I was presented with a job offer from one of the Silicon Valley companies, and basically started working. In a few years, I became a QA lead. So again, this job is amazing because you can grow. And in IT world, generally, it's a pretty fast-paced environment, so you can move up quickly. It's not like it's, if you work for like finances or banking, it takes years and years and years to achieve some new role or new step in your career. But in IT, in especially in QA profession, you can literally become a QA lead like within a year. It really depends on the project. I knew, actually, it's funny, but I knew some QA engineers that assumed the role of a manager because there were some changes in their company, and they had to basically took over the whole QA department with only having maybe 3 or 4 years of total experience as a manual QA engineer. So they didn't have any coding background or anything else, and yet they were presented with the opportunity to oversaw the whole quality assurance department in that company. So stories like that happen. If you want to search for your career as a QA engineer, you can grow. You can go into automation. You can go into software development, but you can also grow as a leader. Again, as Max said, you can become a manager, and who knows, maybe even the head of the company. Anyway, we will try to teach you and prepare within the next 4 weeks to get through your first job in IT. So we'll give you the opportunity to join the IT world. And again, it's not complicated. It's not a rocket science. It's fairly simple. We had many courses, many classes already. So we try to polish and try to create a course that would be easily explained and easily understood by anyone, regardless of your background, regardless of your education, regardless of your previous experience. So please, I suggest you consider joining the class, and I will hopefully see all you guys tomorrow during our lesson number 2. Let me introduce our second teacher, Lana.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
All right, very cool. Well, thank you, Yuri. Let me take over and let me talk a little bit about myself. So hello, everyone. I'm also one of the teachers of the school. And my name is Lana, and I am responsible for teaching a few classes during the manual course. I teach some stuff related to tools that we are using, some classes related to interview and interview preparation, and also some classes related to client-server communications and so on. I am also the creator of our test automation course, and I'm the person who is responsible for automation course in this school as well. So a few words about myself. I have about 8 years of experience in QA. I've been doing test automation for the last 5 of them, and so far I've been really enjoying this career and this profession. Just like Yuri and probably actually majority of people in QA. I also don't have any computer science degree or any computer science related education. In fact, my education was actually in economics, but I decided to switch to QA because I thought it was a good opportunity. I was always interested in IT, and eventually, a few years ago, I made that transition, and I have never regret since that time because so far it's been really great for me. So a few words that I wanted to mention here is that although I am in test automation, I've been doing manual testing for the first few years of my career. And one of the questions I very often get from students is it possible to get a job in QA without knowing how to code, without knowing algorithms and knowing how to do test automation, Selenium, and things like that? So the answer is yes, definitely. And for the last few years, I've been working a lot with people who are doing manual testing, and they never actually coded. They sometimes know how to run my code, but that's as far as they need to go, is just hitting the play button. So it's been pretty good. The market has been pretty good for manual as well as for test automation as well. Just one fact to mention here is that about 5 years ago, I remember it was considered to be good to get a job in QA, like a manual job in QA, and to have $25-$30 per hour salary for this job. At this point, sometimes at the market, I actually see jobs for manual QA that will pay like $40 to $50 per hour or even more. So over these 5 years, as you can see, manual QA did not disappear at all. It's still there in the market. And in fact, the salary of people who are doing manual testing has doubled. So don't be worried. Don't think that test automation will take over all our manual jobs. This is not the case. And also, just as an automation engineer and the ex-developer in test, I can also confirm that the technology is just not there. Test automation cannot replace people, and there will always be need for people who will do just creative testing, who will test interfaces, who will make sure that our interface is friendly, easy to use, and things like that. So don't be worried. Even without test automation, you'll be able to get jobs without any additional problems. And also, I've been in the school for over a year now, and we have a lot of graduates who go and get their first manual QA engineer jobs without any test automation. So I hope this helps. And a few more things that I wanted to mention. Don't think that IT and don't think that just QA is a rocket science. It is definitely not. Myself is a good example because when I first joined, I didn't know pretty much anything about software engineering or computer science. And still I was able to get into this position, get into this career, keep on developing, and eventually I turned into an engineer and developer myself. That's one of the ways, but QA also, as Yuri mentioned, has a lot of other opportunities. You can keep on growing professionally, move towards management roles, towards program and project management roles, and things like that. So I hope this has helped. I am looking forward to see you at our classes and have some lessons with you guys. Okay.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you. That was amazing. So let me introduce our next teacher, Natalia. So Natalia will continue actually with the lecture, with the part of the class. So please, guys, focus on the subject, and we will answer all the questions at the end of today's lesson. Natalia?
Yes, Yuri.
Yes, the class is all yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi, guys. I'm really excited to see you all here at our first lesson. My name is Natalia, and I'm going to be one of your teachers. Mostly we'll be covering technical documentation, processes, some interview preparations, and all of other things. So we will stick with each other for a while, and it will be a pleasure to teach you guys. So let me tell you about myself, just a couple of words, and then we can move to the class itself. So my name is Natalia, and I'm a QA lead at one of the big data companies here in California. And I've been in QA for almost 10 years, which scares me when I think of it, but it actually was fun. So I started as a QA engineer, and in couple jobs, about 5 years after, I became a QA lead. And after that, I am hiring myself. So as a hiring manager, I will be pretty much telling you what we are looking for when we are interviewing people and what I'm looking for personally when I'm hiring someone. So ask me questions. I'll be happy to respond. I'll be happy to cover everything which is not clear. And I'll make sure that you understand everything that you need to know for this job. And again, as Lana said, and as everyone mentioned, it's not a rocket science. You definitely will be able to pick up everything that we teach, because we are teaching only the stuff that you will need. So there's a lot of theory, but we're not going to give you all the theory that you will never know. We will give you stuff which you need to get a job and to keep the job and grow further. So as QA, you will be able to grow either into automation, as Lana pointed, or you can choose the path that I did, because I'm not able to write the code. So I became a lead and then a QA manager. So now I'm a QA manager, though I still call the lead, but I'm in actual manager role. And that's really something that works for me well, because I am not that technical. And I'm sure many of you guys are also thinking that, oh, I'm not that technical, how I'm going to be working in IT. So most of us are not technical. So it should be a good news for you. And again, we will make sure that you understand everything that you need to know. Okay, so I'm going to start the lesson, and I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know if you are unable to see it in 1 sec, but you should. I mean, you should be seeing it. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so guys, now at this point, you're supposed to see my first slide, and I'm going to go to the presentation mode. Okay, do you see? I hope you do, because no one complained in the chat.
We
Okay,
can.
so you can?
Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so guys, what is quality assurance? So I'm sure you Googled before you sign up for this class, and you might have received a bunch of information which is not maybe clear at this point. So I'm going to clarify what is that and what you're going to be learning in this course in simple words. So what is software quality assurance? Software quality assurance, SQA as an abbreviation, is a process of monitoring software engineering procedures and methods to ensure quality. Pretty much, what is that? In QA, we follow the procedures which allow us to monitor the quality of the released software. So end product, which is going to the customer, which will be used by many customers, like if you work at some big companies like Google or Apple or all of these big companies, they will release to the people who will start using it. So in QA, we are monitoring the processes, and we are making sure that by following these processes and procedures, we are ensuring that this product is usable, okay? It will never be perfect. It will have issues, but it will be usable at the level which is acceptable. So we are not only testing, though we do test, that's the main thing that we do, but we actually also participate at other stages of the software development. And we will be talking about the software development life cycle later in this course, because you definitely need to know that. But what we are participating with is entire process which we look at the requirements definition because we need to know what we are going to be testing. We look at the designs because we need to know what it's going to look like, right? We participate in some coding meetings because we need to prepare the tests. We participate in source control code reviews, and all those procedures which you will organically will be involved once you are participating in this software development lifecycle. And we also participate in the configuration management, which we will be talking about, testing itself, of course, because for us it's a big thing, and the release management and product integration. So what it means is that we are not only testing, we are pretty much constantly involved in the processes which includes the testing and monitoring the quality. And as of now, it's probably, you think, oh, it's a lot of things. No, it's not. It's really going really organically one after each other, and we are going to talk about that, okay? So once we are working on those processes, of course, it's not possible to make the product ideal. It will never be bug-free, issues-free, but it will have the acceptable level of the quality. So most of the people will think that it's good product, you know, they will not see any issues with that. And that's what we're trying to achieve. We're not targeting the software without bugs because we know it's not possible, but what we are targeting is that to be able to release to the level that it actually will be not annoying to the customer, and it will be a pleasure to use. Okay, so that's what is quality assurance. Quality assurance, again, this is a set of procedures. It's a processes. It's not just testing, okay? Then we also will be talking about software testing. And testing is actually a process which is identifying the correctness, completeness, and quality of the software. In testing, we actually perform some actions, and we are doing testing. It's actual test where we investigate the quality and the current state of the product, and we can give the outcome, our findings, we can share with the world. So in our world, it will be all the stakeholders, all the people who are involved. It will be different managers, developers, product owners, even your CEO. So you will be the first person to pretty much be asked, what do you think about the software? What do you think about the product? And you would have to give the honest opinion because you are the first customer for this product. That's what you need to understand, that once you are tasting, you are the first person who sees that product, your department, and you need to be able to identify whether it's good or bad. How do we measure? We have the measures that we follow, and we are able to give some some status at this point, okay? So we are providing, software testing provides an objective and independent view of the software, which allows the business to appreciate and understand the risks of implementing the new or changed software. In a simple words, what it means is that after every test, we will be able to give our update and give our point of view. And if the product we think is too complex, or it's too buggy, or it's not ready, then everyone has to listen to us, and the product pretty much will not get released until QA signs it off. So QA is the last person who says, yes, we are ready, we think this build is good, we think this product can go to the customer, then the company will release to the customer. So we are gatekeepers. And in order for us to know how good or how bad is that, again, we perform the testing, different types of tests under different circumstances, and that way we figure out if it's ready or not. Okay, guys. So then what is the difference between QA and testing is really a big difference, because QA is preventative. So we analyze the whole process of software development, starting with the requirements. We're not only testing. In QA, we have a lot of other procedures which are preventative. We know where and when the bug can happen, because we prepare for the test and we run the test, and also we maintain the product. So we know where those breaking points could be. We prevent them from happening by following the procedures in QA. In testing, we are just going to be actually testing and verifying software to detect the differences between its actual and its required behavior, which we call requirements. So testing is one part out of the whole QA process in which we actually compare desired versus actual results. And usually if we see the difference between desired and actual, we treat it as a bug. So we know it's an issue and it has to be fixed, and unless it's fixed, it cannot go to the customer. It cannot go further. So that's what is the difference. And many people confuse QA and testing. They think it's the same, but it's definitely not, because under QA hood, we have a lot of other things which are going on besides testing, and testing is just one of the parts of the whole QA hood. Okay, so I hope this makes sense for you. And in this course, we are teaching manual testing. Manual testing is a prerequisite for everything else. So whether you are going to become an automation engineer later on, or you will stay at manual, or you want to become lead and manager and QA director after that, it's impossible to do without knowing the basics. The manual testing course is pretty much a prerequisite for any other course. If you want to take automation, you first have to complete this. And once you know how to manually test the product, then you will be able to write automation code for that, or you will be able to lead the team. Whether you choose this or that route, in both cases you need this. So that is why, since it's basics, we are going to talk about really basic things, the one that you need to know. So for example, like software testing is basically finding the defects, as we know, right? We spoke about that, and we just have to find the bugs. We need to find what's not working. In manual testing, the tester acts as an end user to verify that all the features of the application are working correctly. What it means is that you, as a manual tester, you'll be comparing the expectations with the actual results that you see on your screen. And you keep comparing, and you keep seeing the differences, because the developers who develop it, they are people and they make mistakes, right? So you will have to find those mistakes by comparing it, by comparing the expectation versus the actual result. And if you see the difference, then it's a bug. And we call it a bug. You can call it an issue or defect, but we call it bug in our terminology. And bug is pretty much the problem, something that you notify developers about, and something that they have to fix. We create a bug report. So we are not going to developers and saying to them, hey, I see that there is a problem. We're not. We are actually using the software, which is called Jira, and we are filling out the bug report. So bug report is the description of the issue. And we will be talking about bug reports, and we will be learning how to write them and how to fill them out correctly. The way that developers will not return it to you, and he will understand from the first look at your bug report. So this is a big part of this class. We'll make sure that you know how to write them.
I'm sorry,
So
Natalia, quick
once
question.
we create the bug report,
I'm sorry, Natalia, quick question. Do we have another Wi-Fi, or is just one?
I'm actually on the Ethernet cable.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I noticed it slowed down for me and for some other people, but we will make sure that it will not happen next time. All right, you can just continue. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's really weird. I'm
Yeah, I
not
know.
sure why.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah, because before we never had
connect.
this slow. Yeah, we never had it
Okay.
before. Hmm.
Yeah, something is going on with San Francisco, I guess. Um, okay. So guys, I'll respond questions later on. Definitely we'll get to them. So bug report. So once we are working on a bug report, we have to make sure it's clear and clean and it's fixed. So once it's fixed, then you as a tester have to go ahead and verify that it's fixed. That way you know that it will not happen again, or you would have to include it in your tests to make sure that it's really not it really went away, so it's not going to happen again. That's what we do. And the goal of the software testing is to ensure that the application has no major defects and as few as bugs as possible. Pretty much it means that, of course, you cannot eliminate all, but you can eliminate the majority of them. Okay. Yeah, so that I hope makes sense for you guys. And if you have any questions, we will be covering them during this course. So we'll make sure that you know everything which we want you to know. Okay. So when do we absolutely need manual testing? That's a question that we constantly have, and it's something that I want to clarify. There is no way to replace manual testing because it's always needed. We need it when there is a need for human judgment because the machine, the code cannot act as a human. So once we need to figure something out, then we have to have the human look at it. Also, when human intervention needs to be ongoing, so it means that it has to be constantly interacting with the human and it has to work together with the human, not with the code. Not only with the code. And also when automated testing is too expensive or time consuming. Example is that automation has to be written on the ready software. Because if it's not ready yet, the automation will keep failing. What you need to do is that you will have to test everything manually before you can write a code for it. Or, for example, if you have the software which is having some holiday or some kind of seasonal sale, it will be hanging on the website, for example, for 3 weeks, right? And you will not see it after that. So for 3 weeks, there is no point to write a code to automate that. What it means is that you would have to test such things by hand. And you would have to do a few preparational things before that. So which includes requirements analysis. You have to read and understand them. You have to write a test plan. We'll be writing it together. We'll be looking at it. We'll not be writing because it will be written by the manager. You will have to create test cases, and we will definitely work on that and teach you how to do that. You will execute the test cases where you're actually going to test. And you are going to do defect logging, which is writing your bugs, and the defect fix verification, when you will be re-verifying that it's been fixed. That's what the manual testing is. And we are doing all the things over and over again, so it's pretty much repetitive. You just need to know the basic loop. Now, let's compare manual versus automation testing, and we'll see the pros and cons of it. Again, they are not replacing each other. They are working together, and they are never going to be one or another. It has to be together. So pros of manual testing is that anyone can run the tests. So pretty much we write it the way that anyone, a new QA, QA that never touched that product, or anyone, they can follow the steps and they can run their tests. Then another pro is that it's easiest way to ensure the quality. Again, because anyone can test. You just can sit and check it out. Then it's great for people who don't have formal testing experience. For the same reason, it's pretty simple in terms of learning. And it's primarily focused on the customer's workflow. So it's going to be what customer will do, you will do. Same. Plus of the automation is that it's faster, test cycle, of course, because machine is testing it. It identifies more defects more quickly for the same reason, because machine is quicker than the person. It saves money when test cases need to be run 3+ times. So when it's repetitive, it's easier to write a code once than keep doing it manually. It's an excellent way to meet the testing needs of agile development. We will be talking about agile in this course. You will know what it is, but pretty much what it says is that it's quick. So you will be able to quickly test the new coming features and releases. It's easy to focus on possible workflows because you just pick what you want to test and you run the script. And it's higher product quality because of everything that I just mentioned. It results in higher product quality. So it's definitely something to consider, and all the companies, most of the companies would have the automation running. However, there are cons, and the cons are for the manual testing is that it may not identify all the test cases because we are all people and we go for coffee and we can just forget, right? And it may not identify all defects for the same reason we are all people. And it results in lower quality of the product because of some bugs we just sitting there. We just never tested it, right? But there are cons for the automation as well, which is, for example, that test scripts are typically written by an automation testing scripter. It means it's a developer, and developers has to be found and hired and trained, right? It requires manual test cases to be written first, and then they are automated. Means that there is no way you can apply the test script if you don't have manual test cases, and manual test cases are written by the manual testers. It also requires automation testing platform, which not always free, and you have to set it up. And it's not cost effective if used for less than 3 test cycles. What means is that if you have a promotion and you have a sale for 50% off only for 3 weeks for the Thanksgiving, no one will be automating it because it's time consuming and it's not cost effective. So as you see, they complement each other, both manual and automation. And it's definitely something to know that they're not replaceable with each other. They're working together, and in each team, you will have manual and automation testers. So that is what you need to understand. They are not competing. They are working together. Okay, guys. What are the types of testing that we have? So we have black box, white box, and gray box. In black box testing, the tester examines the functionality of an application without access to the source code. If you think about it, think of as a scene, and you see something which is going on the scene, but you have no idea what's happening in the back of the scene after the curtains close, right? So you only see visible things, and that's a black box testing. We can click on the link, we can fill out some forms, we can do something that we can, but we have no idea how it works in the background because we don't see the source code. In white box testing, the tester designs additional tests based on the analysis of the source code. This is a little more complex because you have to have an idea about the code, okay? And that's what you need to consider in white box testing. Gray box testing is the combination of white and black box. So it's pretty much giving you the ability to see some of the code with using some of the tools that we use, but you don't have to really test the code. You just can look if you need to check something, but it's not going to be your main focus to test the code. You'll be using some tools to help you to understand what's going on there, but pretty much you'll be working on the front end of the application, which is what you see. Okay, so that's what you need to understand about the types of testing. And I know that there were a couple of questions about what I've said. I know manual and automation Java Selenium. I only need a job. Do you help me with that? Okay, I think Max will respond that. I'm going to send this to Max. And we are going to look at the next question, which, can you please give examples of the black, white, and gray box testing? Yeah, so guys, you pretty much need to understand that black box testing is something that you see. So is on the website, for example, you test Amazon, and on Amazon, you click on the buttons, you select the product, you add it into cart, and you place an order. So you successfully placed an order. It means that test passed, right? That's what you know. In a white box testing, you will be looking at the code which is running behind the application, in this case, the web application of Amazon, and you will be seeing what's going on with the code at this time. In order for you to do the white box, of course, you need to have knowledge of the code. And that's pretty much will require you to have some advanced level to be able to test the code. And the gray box is something that you will be learning, because in gray box, we have tools which allow us to take a look what's going on there behind the scenes, like, for example, check the API call, or to see the HTML part if we need to check it, or anything else, but we don't have to really know the code to be able to test it. You just need to know some particular tools to help you to check in the background, but not really test it. You know, and pretty much gray box is the most popular, because in gray box we are doing both, but we are not really testing the code as a code testers. We are testing the end product with some knowledge of the code. So gray box testing is very popular approach, which we are using most of the time. Okay, guys. Okay, got it. Thank you. You're welcome, Aisel, and I'm glad that it explained you. You're very welcome. So, guys, market perspective for this course, we just have to make sure that you have some experience that hiring managers are looking for, which is, first is experience. Second is basic knowledge of tools, which we are going to teach you. We also will give you the knowledge of the platform and devices, because it's absolute must. Verbal skills, we'll teach you how to go to your interviews, and we are going to help with nice resume building. So that's what we are looking in this course. That's what you will that's what we will ensure that you get in order for you to have to be able to negotiate the pay rate. Our goal is 80K or more. Max will be able to talk about that, and that's what you are getting from this course. So I hope that it makes sense for you. I hope that everything that I told you today was clear. If you still have any questions, I'll be happy to respond, and we will be seeing each other much more during this course. So absolutely pleasure to spend this evening with you guys, and I'll see you later. Yuri,
Right.
Max.
Natalia, thank you very, very much. We're going to see you soon again. We're going to take care of the internet problem, and the next lesson is going to be perfect, like always. It's actually the first time that we had this kind of little slowdowns here and there. So I apologize about that. It won't happen again. So guys, I'm here to answer your questions. So let's see what you got. Let's see. All right, so let me go through the questions. I received one of the questions from someone who told me that actually he wrote to Natalia about that he knows manual and he knows automation and he cannot get a job. So man, add me on LinkedIn and write me there, okay? Because we definitely are gonna teach you how to get a job, and if you are not able to get a job, it means that you need our support. Because someone who knows manual, who knows automation, even just manual, would be able to get a job in 1 to 3 months following the instructions, okay? Awesome. Now let's read your questions, guys. Let's see. Okay. I will try from the beginning. You have a lot of questions. Oh, okay, it's not related. Let's see. Selenium, guys, Selenium, it's for automation. You don't need any Selenium in manual testing. Let's see. Screenshots, how to do it. You can just Google or YouTube how to create a screenshot on my iPhone, on my Android, on my Windows, or on my Mac, and you will learn it in 5 minutes, I promise. Let's see what else. Can I get the survey? Yes, guys, I just sent you the survey again. We would appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much. Now let's go to other questions. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you love the class. Yes. By the way, I hope that you guys know that the chat is public, okay? So if you want to have a chat and you want to see the messages of others, you just write the message in a public chat, okay? Because you can choose the person or you can do it in public. So that's how we do it. I just was keeping it closed during the lesson because I didn't want you to distract each other with, you know, questions and instead of listening to the material. Now let's see. Let's see. Recording of this lesson you will get to your email. Check your email tomorrow morning. The lessons are Sunday to Thursday, 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern time and 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Great. Great. I'm glad that you love the lesson. How long the internship will go? So guys, it's gonna be minimum 2 weeks. You can do it longer. We are here to support you, to help you. I think that 2 weeks is gonna be more than enough. I promise you that each and every one of you gonna have enough experience to get 70 to 100K. Doesn't matter where you live in the US. So don't worry about this part at all. Let's see. Okay, let's see where's your questions. I just received a lot of like, hey, I love it, it's great. Okay, so why there is no software without bugs? That's a rule. No one is perfect, even not me. So guys, everything has bugs, okay? And we are trying to deliver as much as possible bug-free software, but we cannot guarantee a bug-free software because there are always going to be some kind of issues, high priority, low priority, medium priority, lowest priority, enhancements. There's going to be always something to improve. That's why we always give you the survey, because we try to improve and become better and better. Okay. Is gray box testing done by manual testers or only done by automated testers since you check the code in the background? So it's a good question. So the gray box testing, usually manual testers, we mostly do black box, functional, and UI testing, which is not gray box testing. So most of the time we don't do gray box testing, but sometimes in some companies, let's say in one company out of 10, and maybe in 3 companies out of 10, they're gonna ask about it during the interview. They might ask you about something related to gray box. For example, SQL, where you go to databases. You don't go, in the front end, you go to the back end, you go to the databases. So it could be SQL or SQL, which we're gonna teach you, of course, on the level that you need for the passing of the interview. Now, after, let's say after the interview, most of you will never need SQL or API, but we're still gonna teach you that, because during interviews, sometimes they're gonna ask you this kind of questions, very basic questions about API and SQL, and we have at least 4 lessons about API, and I'm even not sure that it's in the curriculum. It's actually something extra that we give you, API classes, and also we have a lesson on SQL and more materials that we're gonna give you to prepare for SQL and API. So that's the gray box part that you're gonna be involved. I think that whenever you're using the Chrome Dev tool, like I showed you today, where you go to the HTML and CSS and you see the size, the color, the font, I will show you what I mean, okay? So for example, if I'm going right now to a website, okay? I'm sharing my screen. Oops, I didn't. What did I do? Oh my God. Okay, so I just shared my screen, and where I go to this Toyota Scion website, for example, okay? I'm going to see what is the font of this text. I click Inspect Element, right click, or I choose this button and I go here, and you see it's color black, 000, font 20 pixels, and it shows me the also the style, and I can compare it to the requirements of the design, how it should be, what size, what color, what font, and if it's according to the requirements, I will make it pass. If it's not, for example, if we need 25 pixel instead of 20 pixel, I will mark it as failed and I will write a bug report. So here I'm doing some kind of gray box testing because I'm going into the code. We're also going to teach you about how to create a log file, and we're going to teach you how to do that with ADB, with Android Studio and Xcode. And during that, we're also going to teach you how to look inside the log file to search for crashes, errors, and exceptions using Linux. So it's going to be also more than black box. I would consider it gray box, even a little bit white box. But it's just a little bit, because you guys are going to be focused on black box functional testing. All right. Do I get a QA job in Frederick, Maryland? So I have no idea where's Frederick, but as long as you have a big city next to you, just go to dice.com, write down software QA engineer, and if you see more than 100 positions, it means that you have a lot of jobs there. Awesome. Great. Why would company would want to hire someone who only has manual testing knowledge and not both manual and automation? Are there companies that perform only manual? Yeah, Vicky, that's exactly what we just answered with Lana, and I was saying that all of the graduates of ours that got jobs are manual testers. They don't know any automation, okay? So you don't need any automation in manual testing, and you have a lot of positions for manual testing. You will be able to find the job if you're going to follow our instructions, if you're going to make sure that you finish watching the lessons, you double check with us the resume and LinkedIn, you make sure that you sound good and you're prepared for the interview, you attend the graduate meetings once a week, and you attend a call with your mentor every couple of weeks. If you're going to be following those instructions, I promise you that you will get your job in 3-4 months. It might take 5, but usually it's 3 or 4 months. It could take 2 weeks, but usually it's 2, 3, 4 months. Now, of course, you will need to apply every day for positions, at least 20 positions per day. but we're going to talk about it into details later. And help us to help you. Just follow the instructions and you will see the results. If you got different devices, how you do this? Emulators. So yes, guys, if you need to test certain device and you don't have it, you can use emulators. We're going to show you emulators on Android Studio and Xcode. But I think that it's not really great. I think that the best tool for you to test devices is going to be browser stack. We're going to have a lesson where we're going to show you how you can test any device, iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac on your computer, connecting to real devices that are going to show on your screen. So it's not emulator, it's not virtual, it's a real device that you're going to be seeing on your screen. That's much more accurate than virtual or emulators. Let's see. Are we going to be learning basic code necessary for gray box, white box testing, given that most of us don't know coding? No, guys, you don't need any code. Forget about code. Manual testing is simple. You don't need code. I promise you, you don't need it. We'll teach you, Linux, maybe like most popular commands. You will learn it in 10 minutes. ADB commands for Android devices, you will learn it in 10 minutes. So not something that you need to learn like, books or like to spend 5 years. No, you will learn it in 10 minutes. So please don't panic. You don't need any coding. Cool. I don't know coding as well, so don't worry. All right. Let's see. Can I join the bundle letter? Please email support@jobeasy.co. They will answer you regarding that question. Is the organization more aggressive in finding jobs for the ones who opt out 15% of the salary, share option, or is it level paying field? So guys, our organization gonna support you, gonna help you, and gonna assist you maximum we can until the victory. And it doesn't matter how you pay us. It doesn't matter if you pay us upfront or you pay us income share agreement out of the salary, or you take a bundle. We don't care. We gonna help you. We're gonna support you the same way to each and every one of you. Now, are we writing questions here? Yes. Is QA so easy to learn? Why cannot designers and developers do QA themselves? So, of course they can do it. Everyone can do it. Like high school students can do that. I think that probably even elementary school people can do that. It's very simple, very simple. Now, why they don't do it? They do it in a way, but we are being hired to do it separately. Why? Because developers, they get, I don't know, 110 to 300K, or let's say 60 to $150 per hour. So why would they spend time doing this simple stuff if someone cheap for $35 to $50 per hour can do it? That's why. Also, when developers developing the codes, many times they don't notice the things that they created because they're sure that they did everything correctly. So they don't double check. They're supposed to do that, but most of them don't. So that's why they hire us to double check, and let everyone know if something bad happens. Hi, I didn't understand that. Will you be taking 15% of the salary for 18 months? Yes. So you have two options. One is the upfront payment. You pay $2,999. And in case that you pay upfront, you don't need to pay anything else. But in case that you want to sign with us income share agreement, then you pay $799 after which you don't pay us anything until you get the job in IT. Once you get the job, you pay us 15% before taxes, up to 18 months, the time that you've been working in QA. If you didn't get the job, you don't pay us anything. If you got the job, you pay us every month at the end of the month before taxes for up to 18 months. If you're gonna get a job for 2 months, you're gonna be paying just 2 months until you're gonna get the next job. And then, for example, you're gonna work for another year, and it's gonna be a year and 2 months, so it's gonna be 14 months. And then when you're gonna get the next job, it's gonna be additional 4 months that you're gonna be paying 15%. It's just 15%. So don't worry, you will be making much more than you're making right now. Just take the calculator and see how much it is. Okay, $70,000. It's in the worst case scenario. Usually it's 80, 90K. You can make more if you're going to be following our instructions. When I say 70 to 100K, it means $35 to $50 per hour. In case you want to choose the bundle, it's going to be manual QA plus automation plus DevOps. You can choose one of them, or you can do both of them, and it will cost for $14.99 application fee and 12% before taxes for up to 18 months, or upfront of $5,999. Cool. Let's see your questions, guys. Okay. How do you perform a load testing? Guys, it's not for now. We're going to talk about it. Most of manual testers will not need it, but some companies might ask you to do performance testing, to do load testing, to do different kinds of testing. In most cases, you don't even need to know all of the types of testing. Of course, it's good to understand the name, what it means. Mostly you're going to be doing smoke and regression testing, but it will be just part of the test cases. So you don't really need the name. You will be just following the instructions. And out of those test cases that you're going to be executing, usually we execute about between 25 to 35 test cases per day, sometimes 0. Whenever you're going to be executing those test cases, different test cases going to be doing different types of testing. Maybe one of them going to be load testing, but it doesn't really matter because you're going to get exact instructions how to do that. Regarding the bundle, please email support@jobeasy.co. If you already paid and you want to get the $50 off and you filed the survey, please email support@jobeasy.co. I didn't see opening in DMV area. So I have no idea where is DMV, but you should double check DICE and see surrounding areas. Now everyone can work remotely, so you can apply everywhere. Do I get QA certificate after the course? No, I was saying that before, you don't need that. In QA, in US, you don't need any certificates. I don't know coding at all. Me too. Do we get certificates? No, you don't need them. All right, cool. Yes. If you want to switch to the bundle, you can join the bundle and email support@jobeasy.co. Oh, I got the same questions over and over. Let's see. No need in programming. How many hours a week? Usually it's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, so 40 hours like everyone. I don't remember working more than 2 hours a day. The rest of the time I was just, doing visibility that I'm doing something, but maybe in your case, you're actually going to be working, but it's very stress-free. So probably you're going to be doing something for a couple hours, and if you're going to be doing it efficiently and you're going to be, doing everything correctly and efficiently, you probably won't need to work 8 hours per day. Of course, you're going to be paid for 8 hours per day. The internship is 100% remote, okay? So you can attend it everywhere. Yes, your resume is probably the problem, so talk to me on LinkedIn. How do we sign for the free tech support? Once you register for manual testing, you will get it for free. Just email support JobEasy CO for date of the course. Do you think enough 1 month to know QA? I think that it's enough 1 week to know manual QA, but because we have 2 hours per day and not 8 hours per day, it takes 1 month. So it's very simple, very straightforward. You have nothing to worry about. You're definitely going to learn it in 1 month. The internship is not paid. It's not paid. It's for you to practice and learn and be ready to answer the tell me about your project question. The internship is everywhere, so you can attend everywhere. Yes, we're going to write test cases. We're going to learn how to write it. Are you going to be actually writing it at work? Maybe yes, maybe not. I never wrote them. I worked in 7 companies. So in some companies you write them, in some companies you don't because somebody already wrote them before. Yes, of course, test case vary on different applications. Let's see. I already sent you the link to pay the registration fee, guys. I hope that you saw it before, and I hope that you're gonna see it again. I'm gonna write it here one more time. Awesome. Let's go and see. Let's see. Wow, guys, you have so many questions. The internship is online. It doesn't matter where it is. It's in Palo Alto. Nobody wants to see you there because it's COVID, guys. So it's going to be remote. Domain knowledge. We're going to talk about it, of course. How you can get a job without experience? You cannot get a job without experience. That's why you're going to get experience at the end of the course. Can you go back and watch previous videos for learning? Yes, of course. Yes, we're going to help you with, we're going to help you. So Muhammad Hussein, please message me on LinkedIn because your situation is different. Let me talk to you, okay? All right, so let's see. Let's see. Oh, it seems that I'm repeating the same questions. Okay, where the internship located? Wow, it's same questions. Guys, did I miss any question? Please write it down because it seems that most of the questions were the same questions. Does anyone got job offer from internship? No. Why you want to have a job after internship? What, you want to get I don't know, 25 per hour? No, we're going to teach you how to get 70, 80, 90, 100K. You don't need to get the job at the internship. All right. Actually, we had someone who got a job offer from internship. I think it was like 30 per hour. And she said, no, thank you. And she got 80K after in other company. We're going to use Jira. Everyone going to have a Jira software account for each and every one of you to practice Jira and TestRail. What? Yes, you're going to be using Jira application. No, not everyone is Russian. I think we have most of the leads that we get are not Russian speaking, but yes, we have a lot of Russian speaking as well. We help everyone. Let's see. What do you recommend? Should one go to manual, do some experience and back to automation, or keep going and find job as automation? I have no idea what you just asked, but definitely it's good to go to manual to get a job. And after you got a job and you're rich and you have a lot of time, it's good time to try learn automation as the next step. For suppose we make just 60K in a year, still we have to pay that 15%. So if you're going to make 60K per year, it means that you didn't listen to anything we were teaching you during the lesson. And yes, you're going to be paying the 15%, but it's going to be a very bad idea to get 60K after this 1 month program, because 70 is your minimum You can get 80, you can get 90, and you can get 100. Let's see. We are hiring as entry-level QA tester or experienced QA tester. So you're going to be getting the job as a mid-level because you're going to be after internship. Yes, we have referral program. Just go to our website and scroll down. You will see referral program and share it with your friends. Do you have support after we get the job? Yes, we will support you. If you're going to have questions, just call us and we will support you. Of course, like, you know, if you're normal and you're not crazy and you're not calling 25 times a day, if you're normal and you actually have a valid question, we're definitely going to love to help you and support you. Yes. So DevOps is something different. Let's not talk about it today. Let's see. For backtracking, we're going to use Jira. For test cases, we're going to use TestRail. If you have questions about DevOps, just email support@jobeasy.co. To be honest with you, I'm not involved with DevOps. I actually pretty much have no idea what they're doing. So you should email support@jobeasy.co. They will give you more information about DevOps. So if you have a personal question, just email support@jobeasy.co. Okay. How do you compare yourself with other trainings? So guys, there are 1,000 trainings. You can get free videos on YouTube. You can just watch for 25 years, all the materials, all the knowledge around the world and get 0 results. That's why we create this course, to focus you, not to waste your time, not to waste your effort, not to waste your money, to tell you exactly what you need to get the job, to keep the job, and to pass the interview. Also, how to negotiate the salary and how to get the right amount of money without wasting years and having headache and having low rates. Okay, so we've been there, we did it, and now we are sharing our knowledge with you guys step by step. We teach you everything we know. We teach you everything you should keep in mind, everything you should follow in order to get 70 to 100K as soon as possible without searching for years, but getting it in a couple months. Just follow the instructions. Now, how to compare to other courses? So other courses going to provide you maybe 1 or 2 companies. We're going to provide at least 20 companies at 20 different internships that we're going to offer to our graduates. So your resume going to be different from others. We also have 20 types of resumes, something that others don't have. Our program is 4 weeks. Other programs are 4 months or 3 months. We are focusing you on what you need. Others are wasting your time in many cases. We're going to provide you internship after 4 weeks. Others going to provide you internships after 6 months, for example. Others going to teach you how to get 25, 30 per hour. We are teaching you how to get 35 to 50 per hour. So others won't give you mentors that going to be contacting you every couple weeks. Others won't give you graduate meetings every weekend. Others won't be answering and supporting you after you get the job. Others don't have teachers from the Silicon Valley, from Google, Facebook, Apple, Intel. In other places, you have teachers that didn't work for 20 years. So that's just a little bit of what is the difference between us and others. By the way, our upfront payment of $2,999, it's much less than many, many others. All right. Can I apply for management position if I have an MBA? So this course is not for managers. And if you have MBA and you have experience as a manager, nobody will hire you as QA tester or QA engineer. So you will need to hide it. We will talk about it in the future. But yeah, I think MBA going to help if you want to become QA manager in the future. But first, become just manual tester, QA engineer, and then let's talk about it in the future. All right, guys. Yes, we're going to talk about different domains. Can we talk after class? Yes, we can. Just text, message me. I just sent you where. Awesome. Now, let's see. Uh, uh, let's, okay. We'll group this big in future. So guys, usually the first lesson, a lot of people are online live, but usually the class is much smaller, and the many people going to be watching the video recordings. Not everyone going to be watching live, and it doesn't really matter because we're going to answer your questions and we're going to give you the material, and it doesn't really matter if it's going to be 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, or 120. Let's see. We're gonna have our mentors gonna have time one-on-one with each and every one of you after you graduate the program. The ISA payment, is it deducted from payroll or separate payment? Of course, you get receipts. So this question is for support@jobeasy.co, but you basically pay it separately before taxes. You don't need any coding. Can we start the internship within the first weeks? Yes, you can. I think that after 2 weeks of a course, you can join the internship. Maryland and Virginia, just today I double checked Virginia. It has a lot of jobs, like 800 jobs. So go to dice.com, you will see a lot of jobs in Virginia, software QA engineer. Are you gonna help us to build the resume? Yes, of course, and LinkedIn. After we double check that you are prepared for the interview. We don't want to let you go for the interview when you're not prepared. Regarding your personal question about the bundle, just email support@jobeasy.co. When new course starts? Today. The next one gonna start on September 1st. Do we gonna have the lessons recording? You're gonna have it for very, very long time. I promise you it's going to be enough time for you to get the job. So it's always here for you, and you will definitely get it. Of course, it's not enough. You need not only the videos, you also need the one-on-one sessions. You need to attend the graduate meetings. You need to pass the mock interview. You need to prepare the resume and LinkedIn with us, and you need to go with the mentor sessions. If I am currently working, how would I be able to participate in the internship? Easy, because it's going to be like the lessons. You can watch them after work or before work or during lunchtime or during weekend. So, for example, the internship, you don't need to be there all day. You can do it a couple hours a day, whenever it works best for you. I didn't get the link for the survey to the email because we didn't send it in the email. We sent it in the chat. Please double check the chat. Can someone set a payment plan? I don't think so. Any question, just email support@jobeasy.co, and I hope they will be able to help you. So info regarding experience. You will have enough experience in your resume to get 70 to 100K. I hope it's clear. We will learn SQL, yes. Can you send me your LinkedIn to talk to you there? Oh, just my name and last name. Max Glubochansky. Okay. Oh man, it's the same questions all over again. What's going on? Can the workforce solution pay for this? I don't think so. Can I leave if I don't have questions? Yes, you can. All right. Is the survey needs to be done right away after the class? I think so, that it's going to be a good idea to do the feedback right now, because I think that's the best time to do it. I just shared it with you. I know it's very late right now on the East Coast. I don't want to keep you awake too long. Guys, thank you so much for being with us. I hope to see everyone tomorrow. It's going to be same time, same link. You will be able to join if you paid the registration fee and signed the contract, or paid the upfront payment. Okay, guys? And those of you that are going to have more questions, I could stay extra 5 minutes to answer those. But in the future, we don't want to stay too late, because we want you guys to go sleep after the 2 hours lesson. Just because today is the first lesson, I will try to stay extra 5 minutes to answer more questions. Now, in the next lessons, we are not going to talk about salaries. In the next lessons, we're not going to talk about the industry. It was just an introduction for you today. The next lesson is going to be straight into the material about what is QA, what we do at work, how we do it, what we use, what you need to answer, how you need to answer, and all of that. Okay? So let's see. You said, I wish good night to all of the guys on the East Coast that want to go sleep, and those that gonna have some questions, I will answer them right now. When is the next scheduled course training? It's gonna be on September 1st. Adding free tech support courses. Exactly, that's what I said. If I'm on student visa, could I find a job that would sponsor me? No, you can't. Sorry. Just don't waste your time. You will nobody gonna hire you with the student visa. I never met anyone who got a job in QA with student visa. You need to have or work authorization, EAD asylum, or green card or citizenship. Thank you very much, guys. For the job requirements, how the record check, credit check. So guys, if you murder someone, you might not get the job. But if you don't have any criminal records and you're fine, you should not worry about it. I actually have friends that got DUI and they're working in QA. So DUI, I don't think it's considered as a criminal record. At least that's what I heard. And I have friends that are working in QA having DUI. Besides that, I'm not immigration lawyer, I'm not criminal lawyer, but I can tell you that you should not have any criminal records because during your background check, nobody wants to see that. Okay, let's see. If I get a job and I want to pay to you upfront and do it faster, yes, of course, you can do it faster. Let's see. If you want internship from first weeks, yes, you can do it after 2 weeks. I don't want after first week because I want you to know the basics first. Are there jobs in Houston? Guys, remember I showed you the map? Houston, Austin, and Dallas was there. So of course you have jobs there. Cool. Guys, thank you very much. I hope that I answered your questions. And just in case that you're still going to have any questions, just email support@jobeasy.co. Prince Will, you have a question? Please message me. I don't see it. You're welcome. I think that if you have a bad English, you don't want to take the course. You want to learn English to improve it. You don't need to have it perfect. We have people with pretty bad English that got really nice jobs and making 80, 90K and 100K. But better English you have, it's going to be easier for you to get a job. You need to have English to understand the lessons and to be able to communicate during the interview and during the job. So if you have a bad English, I don't want to waste your time. I prefer you to learn English first to improve it and then come back to us. So what time do classes start? It starts 5:30 p.m. Pacific time and 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. We made it more convenient for the East Coast guys. BA and QA both are the same? No, it's different things. BA is business analyst and QA is quality assurance. It's different. Awesome. Great. we all want. All right, guys. Awesome. I hope that I answered you about the other courses. How long do we have to sign the contract and pay? So it's till tomorrow noon. But if you're going to be doing it after tomorrow noon, let's say after lunchtime, it's going to be okay. And you know, if for some reason you want to be able to do it, it's okay. We're going to send you the video recording of the lesson that you missed, and you will be able to join the next lessons. So hopefully you do it before tomorrow noon. You can do it even after. All right, guys. And if you registered for the course and you already paid and you want to get the $50 discount, please listen to what I said before. I don't want to repeat the questions again and again because it you know, makes some students crazy. So guys, you can email support@jobeasy.co and ask them to get the $50 discount because you submitted the feedback, and by the email they will see that. Awesome. So yes, you will get the $50 back. Guys, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.